What? I looked up.
That's fine.
I don't care.
Is this working then?
I'm not racist like Ash. I'm fine.
This wasn't about racism. This was the fact that we don't want to record in a pitch black studio.
Why?
We're not sleeping.
Yeah, that's way better. Way better. It's less like sexy.
It's also affecting the Reels views, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Massive effects on the reels.
They can't even see me. I'm in
Right,
the dark.
have a look at that. Is it recording? Is it looking good? Yeah. Is it blocking? Is the light blocking anything?
Tell me how far I can bring it forward.
About him now. He's really unhappy about how dark he is.
It is. I think we go back to the old good old light.
No, because then you look orange. What? I looked up.
That's fine.
I don't care.
Is this working then?
I'm not racist like Ash. I'm fine.
This wasn't about racism. This was the fact that we don't want to record in a pitch black studio.
Why?
We're not sleeping. We're here.
Ramis.
It feels like it's bedtime in here.
It is. At the old time of 3 o'clock.
Dear me.
Okay, hold on. Say words.
Say words. Hey. Hello.
Yo ho. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Audio's good.
We're good.
Can you see legs? I always ask this. I'm funky with leg positions.
Oh, so what if he said you could? What would you do?
I wouldn't change anything. I would just.
No, it'd be like more masculine.
No, do you know that episode where I talked about legs?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, the whole episode I watched it because unlike Ram, I actually watched the episodes.
You don't have to watch it like 3 times.
No, that's true.
4 times.
That's the thing. When you edit, it is like. Here's the thing, though. It's not your own voice. When I edit my own voice, by the end of it, it's just so much self-loathing.
Yeah.
You've just spent, an hour staring at yourself,
Yeah.
listening to your voice. It's like a cheese grater by the end of it. It's horrible.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome to Director's Debrief episode
45?
45. 46.
Yeah. You've got to be humble, man. I don't think we'd make it this far.
So everyone counts.
Huh? So it's a weekly podcast, 52 weeks in a year. I've miscounted one. So we're probably like 6, yeah. Like we've been recording for over a year. But I didn't really want to celebrate that because we did not release on some weeks. That was back in October. Sorry, lads.
So surely, I think we've hit a year.
Was it November? So we still got time. Okay, so like...
How does that... Oh, no, but Christmas and stuff like that.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Are we...
Or we've just been miscounting.
Yeah, did we accidentally...
Do like 3 42s or something.
Is this... No, I did 2 29s, I think.
You did 2 podcasts in a week. You did one... There was a Sam Winsbury one.
Yeah, and...
That one, and then we filmed one with Ash.
No, hold on. The first one...
Or it was when Ash went to Dubai, we filmed it.
The first one was 11 months ago. 24th of November. Premiered on the 24th of November. This episode will air this coming Tuesday? No? Have we got one ready for Tuesday? No, so it's this one for Tuesday. And then we'll do another one next week when you're not around. And that one will be released on the 22nd when I'm in Budapest. And you're on holiday.
Boom.
But yeah, so we're still 2 weeks away from officially being a year away.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have still a few more episodes. We're miles away, man. Don't worry. It's all good. Why not? No, we won't be able to, but we'll pre-record the celebration. When are you back? December. Jesus, when did I approve that? Was I drunk?
This is mad.
Because he texts me these things.
I did tell you the other day that a flight got pushed back.
I know. But did you text me out of hours? Oh, okay. Sorry, man. I fucked up operations.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Wait, so is this booked on bloody... What's our BrightPay?
Yeah, technically not. You want to cancel it?
Yeah, I think so. It's not time. What are you going to do? Go. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's go.
Let's actually do the podcast.
Let's do what we're here for.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. How are things?
Yeah, good.
How's your week been?
Oh, man, don't.
Yeah, debrief. Can't tell me.
Let's break it down.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I had a horrible cold.
Yeah.
I got a cold whilst I was in Manchester the previous week. I went to Manchester twice.
Yep.
Then I came back expecting an easy week.
Yep.
Client meetings, reporting, training new people, interviewing new people. It's been a few weeks, man. It's been a crazy few weeks. And I think the next few weeks look a lot more chill.
Okay.
Which is, I'm very grateful
But
for.
don't tell people that. Yeah.
I know.
As soon as they hear that you got a chill couple of weeks ahead, because I was thinking the same. There was about a day or two last week or the week before where I was like, oh, you know what? I'm on top of everything, and then boom, whoosh, everything comes at you. So, it's just the nature of being in it.
Have you been? You've been through, I think, also recently quite a busy phase of your life. A lot going on.
Yeah,
I think
I wouldn't say any more busier than normal. But yes, it's just been more organisation. So a lot of personal life stuff.
Yeah. Can we talk about any of that?
Yeah, house, engagement.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. So.
But you said nothing out of the usual.
Yeah. Just another Saturday. Big changes in life, but it kind of what the real world, right?
Yeah.
Whilst we run this business, so it's organization's the key.
How's the new house? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. It's a work in progress. It's funny. As sad as this sounds, I treat everything like running the business, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like treating it as a project. Like,
your
how do I do
an
this?
Employee? What is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you're not doing your job properly. No, quite. I'm not able to have appraisals with them, but it's interesting. It's definitely organization. Like when something goes wrong, it's about dealing with it. So I mean, we've had leaks, we've had everything already.
Serious? It's a new build.
Okay. It's classic. It's just not rushing and stuff. So I take things like that. It's sad, but I do what I know, right? Yeah. And I treat it the way I've learned lessons in the business, where if something happens, we try and find a solution rather than like panicking or anything like that. Whereas there may be a little bit of panic from certain parties, and it's like it's all good. We're there, and we're gonna fix this. We're gonna bring the people in that know what they're doing, or we're gonna solve it ourselves, speaking to the people we know. So it's good.
Interesting.
And a biggest thing there, just finally on that, is family. Family's really helped massively.
Yeah.
So they've been around regularly. But now you need to come over.
Yeah.
Pay a visit.
This is gonna sound weird.
Yeah.
Can you not invite me for a while? Mm-hmm. I was just talking about this with when we had our quick meeting before. Yeah. I need to get you a gift. It's a really good gift. No, hold on. I'm buying you this gift.
Okay.
I am buying you this gift.
All right. Oh, okay. If you say so.
Yeah, I insist. It's a really nice gift. Yeah. It's just one of those ideas that popped to me, and I was like, that's perfect. So I got to get you this gift.
Okay.
Problem is, I keep finding out about upcoming expenses.
Why? Oh yeah. This should not be an expense.
No, not you. This isn't you. This was pre-planned in my head, budgeted and forecasted. And then I found out I'm going on a stag do abroad. Right after I booked my own personal trip abroad, with my friend. And then I think I told you about this. I'm saving up to buy a house. Yeah. And I forgot to turn off the automatic payments. But I can't access that savings account. So future Sam is laughing.
Balling.
He's so happy about this. Current Sam is like damn near bankrupt. Yeah. He's furious
on the
with
breadline.
himself. I had 1 month where I was like, I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
And then it just kept doing it. And I was like, I don't have any money.
Yeah. But you feel good somewhere inside. You're like,
I'm proud of myself. I'm just really angry at myself as well.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool. Can we get into waste? Right, I'm keen to hear your thoughts about this because you love cooking, you like food. We're just talking about HelloFresh.
Yeah.
And
big fan, by the way. Big fan. Yeah.
Have you been using it?
I've used it.
Yeah.
We are going to do it in the future. Yeah. This is all thanks to you, actually. So
really?
Obviously, I'd heard of HelloFresh.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the perspective that I see now until you showed me the light, basically. Because to me, like anyone, it's like, oh, well, if you just buy a bit of the ingredients, you can cook it yourself. Like, why do you need someone to do that? It's like a bit like everything.
What's your default setting if you're in a pinch and you need food? Order out or cook?
Cook.
Is it? That's very good. My default setting was to order takeaway.
Yeah.
So HelloFresh became the new default setting. When that wasn't available, then I would order takeaway.
Interesting.
And that's why it was so good for me.
But you got to remember, I lived at home and I live with my fiance. So if I ordered takeout, there'd be a lot of judgment. Yeah. So maybe it's not me. It's not intrinsic saying I need to order out. But that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So when did you first get into HelloFresh?
I don't use it at the moment,
Okay.
but that's just because I have certain protein goals, and it's not good for that. I'm just going to be open and honest.
Yep.
It is way better than takeout. It's way better than ready meals.
Yep.
Because of like salt, sugar, and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just way better, but it's really quite hard to meet macro targets with it, especially with what I was doing, which was you can't order single person meals, which by the way, that's an idea that I want to release to someone. Ram, figure this out. You're going to be a millionaire.
Yep.
Single person meals, because everything is made for people in twos.
Yep.
I live alone, so what I would do is I cook. If I'm feeling particularly fat, I'd have 2 portions.
Yeah.
But usually I'd split it in 2 and have that. But you end up with really small amounts of carbs, proteins, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring this up, you moved out for uni, so you have lived alone at one point, and you've been responsible over, like, just by you, solely responsible for your food.
Barely survived, but we made it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's uni. Doritos is a meal. It's totally a meal. I used to get a lot of grief for ordering takeout.
Yeah.
And I always sort of stood my ground in that takeout is not all that more expensive than cooking for yourself when you factor in waste.
Sure.
And this is something that drives me insane when I see people online and like on YouTube cook for like £4 a meal.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but you spent £50 in shopping.
Right.
Like when you're a uni student,
Yeah.
that's all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I would buy stuff depending on certain recipes. I wasn't a good shopper, I think is my point.
Yep.
And I'd throw away so much, and I'd end up spending around the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think to that?
Yeah, I completely the same. You'd feel good that you've cooked for yourself, but you realize just for one meal, you've gone to the supermarket, you've done all that. And you've bought way more than you need to. I think it's about being a savvy shopper and being organized. Like, if you buy halloumi, you buy a block of halloumi. You're not going to eat that in one meal, or hopefully you don't. I do. But you're going to split that over maybe a few over the week or over a couple of weeks. Not a couple of weeks, but over a week or week and a half, right? Where possible. So it's being savvy and adding that to your meals, but mixing up your meals wherever. Like, giving a lot of advice if I do this. Definitely my fiance does. She's become very organized in that. So we start to meal prep in the week. I just hate waste. Yeah. I hate seeing anything go out of date in the fridge and it's like full or half full. Yeah.
Has the work we do here, has that impacted your shopping? I always look at expiry dates now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we deal with batch codes, expiry dates,
exactly.
sell by.
I don't know why. Maybe sometimes it goes a bit too far though, because I'm buying something that I need today. Yeah. And I'm looking to see if it lasts. Yeah, I'm like, oh, is this going to last? And there's a date where it's a day longer, and I'm like, yeah that'll be better. Yeah. And not because I think it's fresher, just because just in case I don't use it, I want it to last. But going to your thing, I do agree with you. If the reason I don't like takeout or don't have it as much is simply because of the salt content and so on. Yeah. But and that's again just picky. But actual weight or cost per meal. I think we're about the same. Yeah. Yeah.
So that brings us to an interesting topic, which is waste. But before we do that, I saw an Instagram reel, and I want to share this with you. Okay. There's a guy called Joseph something. I'll show you. Ram, I'll give you the stuff to put on here.
Joseph something.
Yeah. And he makes a reel. It's really corny stuff, but some nuggets of gold in there. And one of them is a statement that changed his relationship with food forever. Okay. He doesn't eat depending on how something tastes. Yeah. He eats given how it makes him feel.
Interesting.
Right, because then taste kind of becomes less of a factor.
Yeah.
Salt is amazing. Can we just talk about that? Salt makes everything. It's a flavor enhancer. Yeah. But it makes you feel like crap for a couple of hours.
Yeah. Right.
So it makes me think of stuff like that now.
And there's a limit, right, to how much salt you can have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Salt. I mean, my gym coach told me to eat more salt because I was getting cramps and stuff, and that's apparently a way to alleviate cramps.
Oh, interesting.
I knew the science, and now it's gone with. I assume it's something to do with electrolytes or something like that.
I guess.
So it kind of gets rid of the lactic acid quicker. Whereas what we do is we over flavor, certainly in restaurants and take out food. They over flavor, over add salt because there's no real caution on how much they're putting in. No one's going to really question how much they're doing, and that's where it goes too far. And you feel like grim afterwards the next day and so on. Yeah.
What's interesting though is sometimes I feel like I look great. Yeah. Sometimes I'll eat a takeout and I'll feel like really splodgy, and I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, that's not what I expected. Yeah. I think it's because I'm dehydrated. It like shrivels everything.
Yeah. All right. So when you say takeout, I think we need to segment it into two. Because
Go ahead.
When you say takeout, I think Domino's Pizza. Is that what you have?
I guess it's in the genre. What do you think?
No, I don't know.
What's the other category?
It could go all the way to a Wagamama's or a. I don't, people have their opinions on Wagamama's.
Make Wagamama money. Actually.
Yeah, no, but is it not?
I'm buying a house.
Have you not seen how much Domino's is?
Yeah, Domino's is outrageous.
There we go. So, what I mean is Wagamama's. But like that kind of food is a bit cleaner. Grounded kitchen, a bit cleaner, right?
Yeah.
And that's still takeout. And then you've got Domino's, TJ Burgers, wherever, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of takeout food.
True, but it all makes me feel the same. You know, I don't know why. Yeah. I do think it's the salt.
Yeah.
I think it is the salt because they're trying to make you taste something you're going to remember, something delicious.
Right.
It's delicious. Salt is incredible.
It becomes a bit addictive.
Yeah.
In that sense. So going to HelloFresh then,
yeah.
the idea is you want to minimize waste.
Yeah.
So you've started to look at things like that.
Yeah.
What do people instantly say to you? You know, those that, they're all out there, the haters.
Yeah.
What's their first thing that they say to you when you say that you're using HelloFresh? Has anyone done that?
No, a majority of people actually are interested. My neighbor saw me carrying the box.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I've been thinking about trying that. What do you reckon? And I told him, I was like, you eat the same 5 meals with different ingredients.
Uh-huh.
So it's always tacos, spaghetti bolognese, or something like that.
Yeah.
But with like, you might get the vegetarian one, but like it's chicken or turkey or whatever.
Yeah.
And he asked me what I thought of it. I was just like, yeah, you're eating the same thing, but it's nice, it's fun, it's quick, it's easy.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks later, I saw him with a HelloFresh box. So him and his partner must have gotten one.
Yeah. So maybe the attitude's changed, but when HelloFresh first came out, I got a lot of stick.
Did it?
Yeah, it was like, well, you're just ordering ingredients. You give me ingredients I could have just bought in a supermarket.
Yeah.
You're over packaging, which is a bit of an issue with HelloFresh, but they're getting better. Where everything's in a bit of plastic and so on.
Yeah, the little condiments and stuff. But the veg often came loose in a paper bag, so I was quite happy with that.
So no, they're getting better.
Yeah.
So that's a big argument that people make. And they're essentially saying this is just a recipe that you could have got online. What are you doing? But that's like anything. That's like, why do you pay a gym membership when you could have gone for a run? Yeah. Or bought some weights and done it in your house? Like, where do you draw the line? The fact is, it's bringing convenience into your life so that you can then, you have time for other stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't have necessarily the expertise to think creatively about different recipes, or you don't really care.
Yeah.
And you would rather someone did that work for you.
And do you know what? I think the bigger thing, Ram clearly had enough. Do you know the bigger thing I think about that is you're not outsourcing the purchasing of ingredients or anything. You're outsourcing the planning.
Right.
Think of the gym you and I go to, right? It's all pre-planned. Everything you go in, the coach tells you what to do, how to lift, checks your form.
Yeah.
Great gym, by the way. And I think that's what I was missing at my previous gym, that and accountability. But I feel like the main thing is that you have to sit down and write out a workout. I did that twice and I was sick of it. You know, I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be strong and I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I want to sit down and just go, I don't know any workout names. I trust the people. But
no, and I
same
think
thing with the meals.
I trust the people. I do. Yeah, exactly. I think this is where it goes down to you do what you're passionate about, right? Like if you were to go karting, and I know you've got a passion for that and you enjoy it. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm really making this up because it's not an area that I know.
It's crazy to bring it up. I might be going this Friday.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So I don't know. Maybe it's the way you track or you follow the track, right? Yeah. Could be certain corners that you take and so on, and you may draw a little map on your piece of paper just to see it. I don't know how far you go into it.
Not go-karting.
That's something you are incredibly passionate about, so you're willing to take the time to do that.
Yeah.
And then there'll be someone else who will say, oh, well, I'm just going to get someone to do that for me, and then I'm just going to follow their track, right? Really bad example, but you see where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
The fact is, there are people that love the gym, and they will passionately research, video, all of that, and they'll spend their evenings doing that, whereas you'll spend your evenings doing something else.
Yeah.
And the idea here is when it's not something you're incredibly passionate about, but is important to you, paying someone is essentially what you're doing. You're paying HelloFresh, you're paying a gym member, gym trainers to do it. You're giving them that value because you see value in it, whereas then you can dedicate your time elsewhere. And I think that's what all these things are. It's giving you back your time. You go to the gym, someone tells you what to do, so you don't have to, but you're getting the results in return, and you're obviously paying for that.
How do you apply that in your life?
In most things, I think I definitely block out the haters. So the people that will say, why do you do that? I mean, look at Huel. Huel's the biggest example. Now, it's got the cost benefit to it, so it's an even stronger argument. But
not anymore.
That's true. Well, have you seen food as well?
To be honest,
But when I was first having that, everyone was like, well, why don't you just prep your meals and so on. Yeah, and I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, you're taking out time of my evening that after work and so on, I kind of want a bit of leisure time. I want a bit of chill out time, or I want to do some more work. And you're telling me to not do my work so I can meal prep, which is fair. It's a good hobby, but it's a hobby for you, not for me. And you want to then, the cost of that, you want me to incorporate elsewhere? It's like, okay, that I'm not following.
Yeah.
What do you think to that?
Yeah, no, it's funny how in, not as much resistance now, but in the beginning when you got me on Huel, I remember having my Huel and somebody like really, hope they're not watching this, but like really in my face was like, look how lovely this is, and it's got all the same nutrients and all of the same stuff. And I was just like, there's no way I'm doing this.
Yeah, right.
I'm real happy for you. I really hope you enjoy that lunch. But
yeah,
I didn't have to think about this lunch. It was there ready for me for when I was ready to consume it, and cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were very like, no, it wasn't. No, their lunch was cheaper. They'd like broken down how it was and really rubbed it in my face about how much tastier it was and the fact that it was cheaper and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm crazy
really
happy for you.
Yeah, exactly,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they all come around because everything comes down to convenience. It's like, I don't know, I ordered something on Amazon just now. I know people would be like, I'll pop into the hardware store and get it. Yeah, you'll probably get it a little bit cheaper, probably not that much cheaper, but you'll probably save that time. But you're taking time out, which is fine.
Yeah.
You're burning fuel, you're doing that. I think as people, we forget all the costs behind everything. You're taking time out. Yeah. You could have been working. Why weren't you working? Yeah, you're going to the hardware store, you're not working. This is where I get into it real.
Yeah, it's hard because that's something you definitely taught me and drilled into me at the beginning, because we used to work with a designer. He used to do great work, but it used to cost a lot of money. Yeah. And I used to like beg you, like, dude, let me just do it. Like, I could just stay behind like an extra hour or 2 hours, and I'm sure I could bang it out in like much less time. And they're charging, I think it was like close to £1,000. So I was like, I could totally do it. And he's like, yeah, but what else could you do in that time? That's where I think you kind of got me. Yeah. But it like drives me insane. Like it really hurts me to know that something that I could do in 2 hours, someone's charging like a couple of £100, maybe £1,000. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When I first went through that revelation, and it's not always right? Yeah. If there is a limit to, okay, they suddenly charge 2,000. You're like, okay, hold on a second. Suddenly your value is not there, but there is a value to that. Yeah. They've got all their expertise. They've got all of that knowledge, whereas it may take you 3 hours to do it because you're figuring out certain things. You're trying to get to certain Amazon specifications and so on, whereas they know exactly what's going to get approved. They'll approve it for you and get it in.
You have to hit record. Is it recording? Just started or stop it? Yes, stop it and then start recording again. Perfect. Can you go close the window?
Can you also check if this is on?
Yeah, it's still recording. Yeah?
Yep.
Right. I'm really anxious about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a setting where I put it on battery saver mode, but I don't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Quite a bit shadow.
Huh?
Shadow.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll mix up the lighting next time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. Where are you going with it?
Don't know. Saving money, saving
yeah.
I was going to controversial with it after you finish your point.
Yeah. No. So all I was saying is basically, you value your time and understand that you can put your time to better use potentially. Yeah. But there's a limit to what the other person can charge in return. Yeah. On that side, yeah.
The way I was going to get controversial with it is I think I finally understand why people were angry at Molly May when she said you get the same 24 hours in a day. Right? I defended her. Well, not like publicly. I'm not standing at the rooftop saying she's fine. But whenever anybody asked me for my opinion of it, I was like, why are you so angry? Relax. Yeah. It's fine. And I think I understand why. And I don't think people have any right to be as angry as they were. Because, like, how is she to know? Yeah. You only really know what you're exposed to. And she was never really exposed to a different lifestyle. But to some extent, money does buy you certain amounts of time, right? And this is what I saw. Somebody was angry at Kim Kardashian when they were just like, no, 24 hours in the day. Do you see this post?
Yeah.
Isn't the same when you don't have to spend X amount of time cooking or spend X amount of time doing that. What do you think about that?
Look, it's everyone different paths. Like, Molly may look at my life and say, you could be doing so much more out those 24 hours than you are doing. But unfortunately,
you better not.
There are certain things that we got to do. And the same, I could look at someone else and say, oh, you know, if you just got a babysitter, yeah, you got to pay the initial cost. But then you could start to do this, you could start this business, and boom, 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 you go.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. There's nothing there. But it's not fair because it's anyone can come to you and poke holes. Like there's you know, someone could poke holes at Molly May's life and say you could be doing more.
Yeah.
And okay, so I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. No. But what were your thoughts on that?
I kind of understood, but I think there's a lot that can be done at a lower level. So not everybody grew up with the same privileges as Molly May.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that can still buy you back a lot of time for very little money.
Mm-hmm.
I think this applies for, like, people look at Bezos and Elon, and I'm not defending any of this behavior, but they're like, why don't they donate all their money to X, Y, and Z? And then you're like, okay, you have, like, you're not balling rich, you're not crapping money, but you might, in some aspects or another, you have some excess.
Mm-hmm.
And why have you done anything with that excess? And I think more than often the answer is no.
Yeah.
Just using that as an ideology, I think you can do the same with, like, buying back time, investing in your health. I've certainly started to really consider that, like spending more money on, like, a place to work out, supplements and vitamins for brain health and stuff. We talked about heights.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think there's stuff you can do at lower levels.
Yeah.
But there is a weird mentality privilege where, what have we always said every time something negatively financially impacts the business? It's just drive for us to replace that. Right. And again, it comes from confidence. So I think if you can, it's not a guarantee, but if you have the confidence to act that way, then luck starts to favor you a little bit better.
Sure. Yeah.
Did I don't know if I made sense there.
No, you did. So you're basically saying, the thing is, Molly May has that confidence now because she came from a fairly privileged background, not incredibly privileged as far as I'm saying. Considering where she is now, right?
Yeah, she's done great things.
Yeah, I mean, people say, it's easier from that position than from rock bottom, and certain things went her way. I guess you could say her looks went her way as well, so it's easier for her.
Yeah.
Whatever you really want to say.
Winsbury made a good point about this, sorry. Mm-hmm. Actually, it might not have, because she actually is of the mentality of she might have something to lose.
Interesting.
People at the bottom don't have anything to lose. But yeah, sorry.
It's a very good point. It's a great perspective by Winsbury there. Now that's true. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. So you're essentially saying she's built the confidence because she's seen it go from A to B. And she's seen, okay, if I do this and I put enough work in, and she puts in work. Yeah. People say, it's not a hard day of labor, but she puts in the work, whatever it is, whether she's on a keyboard, a phone, whatever. Yeah. She has seen that. And I think that's the same with business, even like what we do. We've been through those tough times, subjective, and it's for us.
Yeah.
And we've got through them time and time again. And it's built our kind of appetite and our knowledge of, okay, this doesn't work. We know we're going to pivot into this. We're going to change that. That didn't work. So I think they've done nothing as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen those videos completely, but they're saying nothing wrong. The thing is, they've taken on a lot of risk as well. Like you say, they have a lot to lose. I'm not saying they're the best entrepreneurs of all time, but they've taken on enormous risk and hard work to get to where they are. They didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
they could have just been that simple middle class. Just carry on with life and let's see how it goes.
Do you think that they have any sort of obligation to give back to the community as members of a society?
Who, the members we're talking about? The people we're talking about?
To some extent, I think I mean everybody.
I don't think you're under any obligation to do anything. No.
Okay.
It should be from your innate desire to. When you start to make people obligated to, you must pay this. I'm against tax, to be honest. I think it's important, But I think there are better models to sustain this. Obviously, a tax isn't working in our
I'm 100% with you, by the way.
So obviously something is broken. So those that are saying, yeah, but you just don't want to pay more tax. Obviously something is defunct in our system.
Yeah.
We're in a 15 billion...
Tax does not work.
Yeah, 50 billion deficit or whatever. And year on year, that's increasing. Something isn't working in that respect. So I just don't think obligation is there. I think central planning of any sort isn't correct. That goes all the way to pure socialism and communism, where you put in 1 hour of work, I put in 10 hours of work, but no, the government says we must earn equal. We are equal. Mm-hmm. In theory, I appreciate where it's coming from. Mm-hmm. Central planning of any sort doesn't work. So saying that you are obligated to donate to charity or anything doesn't work as well. Yeah. Because who are you to tell someone else what they should be donating?
No, I thought more like internally. You grow up, we came from tribes to societies to, I don't know, countries.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if we should feel any internal obligation to sort of contribute. We can do it for our own.
What is contribution though?
I don't know.
Because at the end of the
day,
day,
financial.
At the end of the day, say you're worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right. You can hold on to that $1 billion.
Yeah.
That will then get passed down to your descendants or whoever you decide to pass that down onto, or wherever it goes, who will eventually spend it. Yeah. And that will find its way through into the economy. Or you will use it yourself and maybe buy a yacht, go on a few holidays, again, filters through into society. Yeah. So surely that is contribution. Yeah. Some may argue, but it's not accurate. But then is it not up to the seller of the yacht, who's now profiting from your yacht purchase, to then make their contribution to society and the circular flow of money? So I don't know. I genuinely feel, it's entirely up to you what you feel and who you are thankful for. It's, for example, if you've done a good deed for me, should I feel obligated to buy you a gift to thank you?
Oh, no.
No, it should genuinely come because I appreciate what you've done. Yeah. And the same with Jeff Bezos. Maybe he wants to give back to a certain neighborhood in Cuba where his dad was from because he appreciates what that was about. I don't know. That's kind of the thought process there.
Jay Shetty has a really good point about that, of like, if you do a good deed and then you expect something in return, you've essentially sold something at a discount, but you're asking for the full amount of money.
Right.
Such a clever way to...
Amazing, yeah. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then it goes to that whole Joey thing though, right? Or Joey or Phoebe, our friends, where it's like, on the same token, we will always expect some feeling of good, right?
Yeah, like there's no selfless
act.
Good thing.
Yeah. In that respect. But I just feel like you do what you feel is right.
Yeah.
Don't like, and I'm becoming in more and more that mentality, because sometimes I do feel obligated. I do feel that sometimes my friends will, they'll give me, or they'll do stuff for me, and I really do appreciate it. But I appreciate it and I want to give back because I appreciate it, not because it's the right thing to do, where like for like, you did that.
That's a good
point.
I
did that. It just doesn't feel good to me, and I actually feel under more stress.
Yeah.
Whereas when I genuinely, I don't know, tomorrow, Sam, I'll bring you in some muffins, right? And I feel I did that because when I was in the muffin shop, this is really rogue, but I thought of you, right? This was actually going to happen a couple of weeks ago. I'm spoiling it now, but I was in Gale's. I was in this place called Gale's Bakery in London.
Where?
In London. Yeah, I didn't know I was in Gale's until I looked. I was eating my sandwich or whatever with some friends.
It's that good.
And then I was like, "Oh, Gale's. Sam told me about this. Maybe I should get a loaf of bread for him." I don't know. I couldn't because of certain circumstances at the time. But but the fact is, anyway. That's a really bad example, because now I'm telling you I was about to buy you something, but I didn't. But it's like, that's genuine feeling of contribution. That was like, that actually meant something, because we had a whole story about you telling me about how you loved Gales and
Gales is awesome.
And going there. Whereas me doing that because you gave me a lift to the bus stop one day, that's a bit
so you think that's worth less than okay.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel as natural. I like natural.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like genuine things. And to you, that would feel like, rather than it just being, I've got a loaf of bread, it's like, oh, damn. Like, I'm talking about a loaf of bread I didn't get, by the way. But it's like, oh, damn, that person, like, remembered that I did or appreciated something I did.
What does that mean to you? Because sorry, I don't mean to ask you something and interrupt, but
Yeah.
I've come up to you with this stuff and I've said, Ash, do you like acts of service? And also, how do I react to acts of service? How does this made me think of you. Here you go. How does that make you feel? Teach me, because I think I'm a dead robot inside.
What? How does that make me feel?
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel appreciated.
Yeah.
Or I think maybe I got the wrong word there, but it feels like
Valued. Yeah.
Valued is nice, but it's not that I feel that without that I wouldn't be valued. It's just like a reminder of being valued and appreciated. And I think it's just so much more natural. I just don't like the feeling of like, I don't know, today my dad, on Monday my dad went around the house and he helped mow my lawn.
Right, yeah.
He's got a special lawnmower that could only cut this long grass before the winter.
That's such a dad thing.
Yeah.
You have such a niche need for something. And
exactly.
I got one of them.
And he did. He went to mine and he went to my brother's. Like, he did some like Monday garden thing. He even
Yeah.
got asked by a neighbor if he was a gardener and how much he charged. And then he was like, no, it's my son's. And they all went, so how much do you charge? I think he was a bit angry. He was like, go away. But anyway, yeah. So because he did that, I was like, damn, Dad, that was a huge weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
But it's not like, all right, Dad, now I'm going to go mow your lawn. I'm going to do that just because you did that. No, I'll do something when I feel that you need something.
Yeah, okay.
Because I want to do it. If that really makes sense. I know it's
100%.
family. Yeah.
Because this conversation's kind of circled up to this pretty nicely. Because when I asked you, I was like, Ash, I don't think I know how to express gratitude for an act of service.
Yeah.
I gave you a specific example. Somebody bought me something and it was really, really nice. It was completely out of the blue, right in the middle of lockdown. So it was really quite hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
And I was with them and they managed to sneak off and get it.
Yeah.
I think it bothers me to this day that I think I underreacted to it. Mm-hmm. I didn't express how much that actually meant to me.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I did in some other form. Like you said, maybe it was more natural to express something in return, but it was one of those things where internally it meant so much, but I think externally I showed nothing.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to do that.
That's all right. I think you don't need to put the pressure on yourself. Maybe they took it in a certain way.
That's cool. You can say that. Yeah, that's that's not too much information. Yeah.
Maybe maybe they took it in a certain light. But the weird thing there is when someone would have given you something at the height of lockdown and you really appreciated it.
Yeah.
It feels a bit weird when you then in return give something for a like for like amount, right?
But my immediate reaction was, I need to get this person something else.
Yeah. And
it didn't,
And whilst that's coming from a good place, it feels a bit fake, right?
Yeah.
It feels a bit like a transactional thing. Yeah. And that loses anything. You might as well have transacted cash.
Yeah.
She should have given you some
God,
cash.
that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah, and it just doesn't feel good to me.
Damn.
Whether everyone sees it that way is difficult, but somewhere down the line, maybe you record the value it was to you.
Yeah.
And somewhere down the line, to make it feel more natural at least, you try to offer something of that. But there's no right or wrong. Just make it natural.
Yeah.
Don't make it... and don't put pressure on yourself is my biggest motto, which I think we're both learning, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because, dude, I totally think I went to the toilet or something. I was just like, how can I I was trying to plan in my head, how do I buy something to get delivered in a discreet way?
I think it's the same with work, right? When we're in the business, you'll do something for me, like a bit of can you do a favor? And then you'll send something my way, or can you handle that task? We'll be doing it regularly. And if it was like, Ash, this week you've given me about 4 things just because you've not done them, and I've only given you 1 thing.
Yeah.
This doesn't work. That's not the way any partnership, any business can run.
That's a really good example.
It's just really important, and it comes into all daily life. Okay, there comes a point where someone's taking the mick, right? Or you feel that is a relationship you probably need to sort out and mend. But on the same token, you know that person will be there if you need anything, you need a favor, and there's different things. And
that's a really good way to put it, actually. That's a really good example because, I don't have a tally of the favors I've done for you, and I don't think you have one for me, but Yeah, I'm totally comfortable sending something your way. Like, hey, help me. And
Yeah,
then
right.
You
and
do the same.
And there's things like the reason sometimes something is given to you, or Ram will be here and I'll ask him to do something, is because I genuinely feel he's the best person for it. And okay, there could be an arm into, you know what, I really don't understand this, and they're the best person for it. But the fact is, I just know it's more efficient that way. And in return, I've got my areas where as soon as you need it, we'll crack on. And it's freeing up time as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you were to delegate to Ram and he's like, look, Sam, I'm completely like full with what I can do, you then hold back and look at what you need. There's no limit.
Get to what? He's not here. That's why I can talk like this.
But it's important to do that. And keeping a tally in life is never... it's never good in partnerships. So be it your romantic relationships, be it your business relationships, whatever it is, family relationships, keeping a tally on everything is never healthy. No. Oh, today she did the shopping, so I'm going to clean. Yeah. Doesn't work. Making sure you have some balance there and you appreciate and you understand you're not taking the mick is important. But don't keep a tally, otherwise you're just it's not good for your own mental health. Yeah.
Some solid advice to end on, I think.
Thanks. That came out of nowhere, but
I think your last example really helped me contextualize that, and it was solid.
Awesome. So we will see you next week. We're hopefully not going to skip any weeks.
I'm around. I'm around.
Yeah. Oh yes, you're around next week. But if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, do what you got to do. Comment if possible, please, and let us know what you want to hear, and we shall see you next week.
Yep. You might see us sooner.
Yeah.
Did you want to do a quick segment?
I did. Yeah, I was going to cut there.
Yeah. Cut it.
Boom.
Cut it. Yeah.
Cut. Boom.
Yep.
All right, Ram. This isn't the end.